Hello there fellow modelers, Steve here, and I've just got back from Telford about, what's the time now, 10 past 7, 6, about 3 hours ago. We had a fantastic weekend at Telford, went down with the lads from the club, set the club out. It was a great weekend, met loads of great people, Ian, Michael, Len, James Duval, who I've never met before, Mr. Moo, who's called Steve, I think, anyway, that's his name anyway. I met him, I've never met him before, and we had a good outing at her, and I met a few lads who are connected with our club, and it was great to meet them as well. Went out for dinner on Saturday, I think it was, and Sunday, another fantastic day. I never did get to go and see the competition room, but it was probably fantastic anyway, and I don't know what got the best of show, because one of the lads in our club, he entered his sports car there, his racing car there, but he didn't get anywhere with it, but fair enough. But I haven't went overboard with spending, but I've bought a few things. Well, it was on a list, I don't know where it is, about somewhere, but I've got most of the things where I wanted off the list. So we'll start off by finding out what I bought. And this is the first thing that I bought because I wanted this. Now I've cut the box down due to packaging, because I've had to come home on the train, and I've got to squeeze everything in bags and such and such. So it's this, which is the I don't know how you pronounce that, FRSIN plastic. It's a 144 scale Bristol Britannia in Boac markings. Now I wanted one of them, and one of the lads in our club who's into airliners, he says, "Where'd you get that from?" And I says, "Oh, I got it out there, I forget where I got it from." And he says, "Oh, well, there's a place down there that sells them about £2 cheaper." I says, "I'll have a look," but I never could find it because he left a bit earlier on the Sunday, and I never asked him where it was. So, but I bought that. That was on I think that was on the Saturday. I bought that. Yeah, that was the first thing I bought because I wanted that, and that'll turn out to be quite a good kit. Now these things that I've bought, I'm gonna try and make them straight away, rather than put them in cubby holes or in boxes and you forget about them, and then go to Telford again next year, hopefully, and think, "Oh, I haven't made any of the ones I bought last year, so what's the matter?" Oh well, but anyway, I'm going to try and make some of them at least. But I'll make that one anyway, because I like these propeller-driven airliners, and I've seen the one of these at Cosford last year, and it's a brilliant, beautiful aeroplane. So that'll be good. That. And there's the markings. And it's on one sprue, and it hasn't got a cockpit because it's got decals to go around the cockpit, which is fine because there's been no detail anyway. So that's my first purchase. Now I don't know if I'm going to go in order because I can't remember what I bought. The second one I've got, I think that was 20 quid. This one, which took me eye, which was 12, which is an A model. Now I don't think I've heard of them, but it's a C8A Buffalo, and it's based on the Canadian DHC5. That's 114 scale as well. That took me eye as well. I fancy doing that. And it'll be quite a simple kit anyway. US Army markings. You get a choice of 2, I think. So that's that one. And here's another airliner that I bought, which is a Mini Craft model kits. It's a Douglas DC-6B in the colourful markings of Civil Air Transport, which is Chinese. And it's got the Chinese dragon there, and it looks good. And that's quite a straightforward kit. I think you actually get a cockpit with this glass. And there is a bulkhead pointer. It's only a file. There is a bulkhead there, so you can fill it up and but with the window being that small you probably can't see anything anywhere, but that looks very colourful. That I like that caught my eye. This which is something that I bought yesterday, and this was on my list as well because I've got a 1/32 scale Hornet, and it's only got 2 sidewinders and 2 sparrows. But this is a missile aircraft set, US missiles obviously. It's from Trumpeter and it's 1/32 scale, and it's got quite a lot of, it's got all the missiles on there. So I'll be able to really make this 1/32 scale Hornet pack a punch. And that was reduced from 21.99 to $6.99. I said I'll have that. And I can't go to a model show without buying a Hornet. This is a 1/48 scale, and it's ESA, an old kit, and it's an F-18 Hornet. And this is, oh, this was at the kit swap. It was £7 for a 1/48 scale. I know it's an old kit, but you do what you want with it anyway. And it's a Hornet, so that's okay. I've got plenty of markings for it. And this one I picked up yesterday. So I like it. I always like this car. A Ford Escort, an RS 1800 Mark II, and this was reduced from $26.99 to $19.99. Pardon. And that looks like a superb kit. I don't know which colour scheme I'm going to do it in. I might do it depending on the inside. I haven't had a look inside it yet. I might just make it as a normal Road 1800 and put a fancy colour scheme on it. Or I might do the rally version. I don't know, whatever takes me fancy. That's 1/24 scale, and that'll be good to make as well. And this one, which is the one of 2 that I wanted, with next year being the 75th anniversary of D-Day, I was going to do a Horsa glider being towed by either a Dakota or a short Sterling, because the short Sterling was the first of the 4-engined heavies, but because it didn't operate very well at altitude, it was sort of relegated to transport, glider tug training rules. I think it did a bit of mine laying as well. And it's a short Sterling B13, and it's the old Airfix one, so it'll be riveted to hell. But I made one of these when I was a kid. It's just the undercarriage takes about half the build to make because it's got a massive undercarriage, and you actually get a bomb trolley and a tractor. But obviously the version I'm going to do isn't carrying bombs, it's towing a glider, and I couldn't find an airspeed Horsa, so I'll have to have a look online. But that's something I'm planning to do next year, and hopefully get it done for our show, which is, I think it's on the 3rd of June, which is 3 days before the anniversary. This is the last one, well, it's another Hornet. This was only, I forget how much this, oh, it was 12. How much was the Sterling? There's a bit of a story with a Sterling. That was £15. But it's got on there 2 props removed in 22nd of November 1990. Now I said to the guy who was selling it, I says, well, has it got 2 props in, because I've just got spare props in my spares box. And he had a look, and he says, well, it looks sealed, but there's a little hole in it. And he asked the guy who was running the stall, he says, oh, just put it out the back. And I said, well, if you reduce the price, I'll take it. So he knocked, I think it was £3 off, and I got it for 12. So that was a bargain. And I've got spare propellers, so it doesn't matter. And this one was the last kit I've got. Yes, it is. And this was £12 for a 1/48 scale F-18 Hornet. Now the front of the box, I've ripped the box up and packed it in something else because it was squashed to hell. It's Chuck Chuck Yeager's Super Fighters, and it had a picture of the Hornet and Chuck Yeager, who was the man who broke, or supposedly broke, the sound barrier, because there was reports that we broke it first in the Second World War, but that's another story. And that's, I've got plenty of decals for that as well, 1/48 scale. But the decals look quite colourful, the stars and bars, but I go for the really colourful schemes. So that's the last kit I've got. Right, first off, now I seen this last year and I never bought it. And I walked past it today and I thought, look, there was something that's called a gyro cut. It's obviously a sharp blade and it wivels, so it's for camouflage really. So if you want to make a camouflage, you cut it with the special stuff there, or you can use Tamiya tape, and you can even cut plastic with it, but the blade will wear down a bit then, and you just put the stencil the shape out and it comes off, and say you've done a Spitfire and you've done a green, you put it in a certain place, spray it the dark earth, take it off, and it should be perfect. It's obviously a bit better than using the blue tack method or trying to do it freehand, which I've got a bit of heartburn, which a lot of people can do. Fair goes to them, but it's something that I haven't practiced enough with it. I'll try it, but this seems a bit better. And I got this for, I think it was 19 quid. And you get a spare blade with it. But the lad that was selling it says, if you use it for just paper, he says, I've had people that have bought it and come back 3 years later and they still haven't replaced the blade. So that'll be good to try out. I'll try out that on the next camouflaged plane that I do. Right, what else? This is something I got for a quid. ASRAAM missiles. Basically for an F-18 Hornet or whatever. And the colour scheme, I haven't got it with us because the lad's bringing it in the next, which is one of the colour schemes that I had on my big Hornet, which is that. And it's like a special anniversary scheme for 20 years of Australian Air Force service. But I haven't got it with us, otherwise I'll do it, a rundown of kits that I've finished on my next video, which hopefully won't be very long. So that's that there. Now what did I buy here? More decals. And I got that for a quid, that was out of a bargain bin. This, which was something that I wanted to finish Michael Booth's ship group build. Hi there, Michael. Because the ship kit that I'm doing, the tanker, it didn't have any decals in, so it hasn't got the tonnage numbers on the bow, the plimsoll line. So I got this white lettering and white numbers in different sizes, so I should be able to finish the ship off, because he's running it till I think it's March next year. It was good to have a natter with you, Michael. Right, what else? I forget how much was that? Oh, I can't remember. This was out the kit swap, which was 5 quid. F-18 Hornet. This is for it's VFA 131, which is the Feline Hornets, I think. No, it's not. What is it called? It's the Wildcats, I think. Yeah, it's the Wildcats. that could do with one of the kits that I've just bought there. And another one which is £2.50, which is a selection of decals for, it was World Air Power. You've got a Typhoon there, an F-18 Hornet, a Tornado, it's an F-16, a Hawkeye, and that's what's known as Marine One, which is the helicopter operated by the Marine Corps that ferries the President of the United States about breath. So you've got all them. I think there's an Australian one there. Which is it? And there's an Australian version there. I don't know what it is, and obviously the Hawkeye is the French Navy version. And there's also the Royal Bahrain Air Force. There's quite a lot of I'm not going to open it because it'll take too long, because the booklet's quite thick. I'll keep that out to have a look at it. Oh yes, I knew I'd got that somewhere. This is an advert for our next show next year, which is the Northern Model Show, and it's held on, that's the 2nd of June. 2nd of June next year. And it's possibly, and there's a show, a scene of what it's actually like. It's held in a leisure centre, and it's probably second only in size to Telford. So that's a bit of a plug for our show there. And what else have we got? I'll keep that out as well. This was £8.50. More Hornets. I'll have to stop buying Hornets. I've got plenty of them. Next show I go to, I'm not going to buy any Hornets. That's like saying I'm not going to get up and go to work. This is for that's for 2 Marine squadrons. It's a VMFA 323 and what's the other one? VMFA AW 225. And this is the last one, which is another decal sheet for Hornets, and that's for the Rampages, which is VFA 83, and it's a special squadron, a special scheme for 60 years of VFA 83, from Hellcats to Hornets, 1945 to 2005. Another interesting scheme. I love Hornets, me. So that's the decals that I've bought. Put them in there, talking later, and I've got time. Now what else? Oh, here's another kit. It's just a small one. It's for a. I was looking to start another diorama with a Challenger tank that I'm in the beginnings of making. So I've bought that, which was £7.95, and it's just a church door. I was looking at the vac foam sheets, and I seen this and I thought that looks a bit more better. So hopefully that'll be for some time next year. And this from Coastal Kits, which is a Japanese carrier deck for a 1/72 scale aircraft, which I've got quite a few of, and that was £7. And what else have I got? I've got something else somewhere. Ah, paints. Alright, yeah. Here's something else. And here's another file. It's a flat edge on both sides. A pair of cutters. And these, which is plastic rods, which will come in handy. And these, which are brushes, and these were £1 each. Pardon. Very thin brushes for painting faces, if I can do it, and just close up things, and these is good stuff. And the last items, paint. Spray cans, a dark earth. This could be for a car colour scheme. It's a light metallic blue. That was only £3. Midnight blue. That was only £3 as well. Olive drab. You can never be short of olive drab for tanks. And that's a dark green. Some small jars of paint, XF19, which is sky grey, and white, X2. And the last one was after this, which is US Navy colours. And it's for Tomcat late scheme, Tomcat tactical late scheme, FA18 current scheme, FA18B early scheme. It consists of light compass ghost grey, dark compass ghost grey, light grey and grey blue. So that'll be good. So that's my haul from Telford this year. And hopefully I'll get started on some of these kits. But I've got to finish off some of the others first. Now this is, I think you've probably seen this on Facebook. This is how far I've got with the Albatross for Ian Poulton's First World War group build, which actually finished, oh pardon, hi there Ian, which actually finished yesterday. But I've told him yesterday that I wouldn't get it done. He says no problem, just put it up. And it's done. And I've got this one to finish off as well, which is me Mashi float plane. And this one, which is another Hornet. Now I did spray this white and grey and do it as in a US Navy colour scheme, but the grey or the white blended over the grey and I couldn't get rid of it, so I was looking through one of my Hornet books, and there is a scheme for a NASA operated FA18 Hornet, so I sprayed the top black. Now I've got to find some NASA markings. I couldn't find any at Telford yesterday or the day before, and that's about it. Yep, I can't think of anything else. Yep. And this is the, I haven't finished this off yet, which is a Boeing 377 Strato cruiser. And one of the lads at our club, John, who's into airliners, he had his there and it's did a brilliant job of it. I've got to touch up a bit of the paint on the tail and put the markings on, and then that should be finished. And that's my work for today. So the next video I do, which hopefully won't be very long. Come on Steve, get some videos out. I know it takes ages to download, but the next one will be of the kits that I've got on the go at the moment. So maybe it's about a week or two, something like that. So I'll enjoy watching. This is Monday today obviously, so I'll probably start loading it up tomorrow, so it'll be done on Tuesday. So that's it for me today. and I'll see you guys on the next video. So happy modelling. Bye now.